Alrighty, it's time to push the race car out of the garage. The slow ass race car that won't go a freaking 9. Piece of crap. And we're gonna put a new clutch in the old Smacky right here, so we can drive it a couple times before it gets cold out. It won't make over a pound of boost without slipping the clutch. It's got a stock 200,000 mile EP3 clutch in it, just for mock-up. So we're gonna drop the trans real quick, throw the clutch in, and then take it for a ride. Alrighty, got her in. I'm taking off the turbo kit right now. That's the easiest way to do it on this car. It's just the 515s, I think they are now, because I've made them bigger. Pull the header off, all in one piece, exhaust and everything. Turbo drain's already off, turbo feed's already off. This really shouldn't be that hard. Look how much more room there is compared to my other car. But the goal one day is to bring this engine back. I'm talking probably at least to here. Like 3-4 inches would be amazing. It would solve so many issues with this car. But let's keep going. Here's the K-swapped ACURA problems. Look at that. The axle actually rubs the fork. Yep, that's the problem with this car. Look at the actual, like the wheel goes here. Look how far over that axle is. Insane, the amount that this thing has to come over to work. That's the problem with the K-swapped Acura. All right, so last time we drove this, we must have broken axle, like every single time we drive it. So this is why I keep spare parts. I had this bearing sitting around. See how that one's missing a wheel? What happens is the C-clip breaks from the angle, and then the actual bearing and all the needles come out. Well, I usually keep all my axle parts when I break axles. So luckily this one slides right on the shaft, slides into there. I cleaned out all the broken metal and everything. And we're about to drop this transmission real quick and change the clutch. So why wouldn't this 300,000 mile clutch hold the power? Should have held the power just fine. Oh yeah, she's still good. She's going back in the other car. I think this is the stock clutch. But yeah, it's definitely, still got some good meat on her. It's only touched the actual rivets a few times. Should be fine. Still gonna send it. Beautiful. Beautiful. Before, after. This is a Fx400, or I'm sorry, I used to have the 500. This is a Fx400. The reason I went with this instead of the Fx500 again, one, because street car. Two, this actually has springs in it, so it should make the actual chatter and everything a lot streetable. And you have to use a special flywheel with it. I think it's a lightweight flywheel, actually. Yeah. Definitely weighs different. Now, I don't know why I had to use this, but we're gonna find out here in 1 second. All right, so the way that these are spaced is different than the actual EP3 style. So this is like a K20 Type S style. This is a normal base style. But we're gonna clean this off. all this assembly grease on here and machining grease, and it looks beautiful. But definitely a huge weight difference. Big time. Big time. So there's one good thing about breaking transmissions every other day. I have a real alignment tool for the clutch. We're putting in our new Fx400 here. Definitely helps to align the clutch and the transmission. Works really good for twin discs in my other car. It's outside right now. But this is just a daily. Turbo kit's over there. Alrighty, transmission is in. I went to O'Reilly's and got a exhaust manifold gasket. Unfortunately, all they had was the crappy composite, but it'll work for now because I had nothing on it. As you can see, it was leaking just a little bit. So we got that on. Transmission's in, axle's in. I also picked up some axle grease because I rebuilt this axle over here and I need to stuff it with new grease. So we have the new bearing set right there. We'll put it together, put it all back in. It should stop shaking, at least for a couple days until it breaks again. So we're gonna throw this turbo kit in real quick and we'll start it up and see if she still works. So before we do that, we're gonna put another wastegate spring in just so we get a little bit more base pressure on our boostus. Is it raining again? Darn it. Wheels are on, all done. But I think it's raining again. Yep, and my freaking, I just painted a valve cover out here. Oh boy, hopefully it dried enough before the rain hit it. Yeah, it might be all right. We're just not gonna touch it. Alrighty, here we go. Let's take the ACURA for a ride. New clutch, put a harder or stiffer wastegate spring in. We're gonna ride around the block a few times, go for a ride, and it's on the Frank tune, so we'll see how good that is. Stock map sensor, so I can't make any more than 10 pounds of boost, but I don't think I have the tune even set up enough to make 10 pounds of boost. It is on E85 though. That's about all I know. So let's take it for a rip. I definitely gotta change my seating position now. The clutch is a little bit harder. Once again, Fx400. I had the 500 in here before. Also, I rebuilt the axle on the passenger side. So hopefully there's no more drivetrain shake, which would be amazing. Then one day we'll get the speedometer working, the heater, coolant temperature working. TAC works though, fuel pressure gauge, or fuel level works. Look at that stock radio. Don't mind the blue tape, it's holding my wideband up right now. Alright. And there's no power steering in this thing yet either. It works, so that's good. New clutch goofing. Yeah, she sounds delicious. I just noticed this. Look how funny this is. This is a off-brand throttle body. I don't want to say who it is, but look at the stamp on it. You can see K-tuned. You see it there? See the symbol right there? K-tuned? It's a lot easier to see in real life, but it definitely says K-tuned on it.